administrations of all three districts of Kathmandu Valley have decided to extend the ongoing prohibitory orders till 14th of this month, with some flexibility considering the slow but gradually decreasing number of COVID-19 cases. The public, however, are still required to follow necessary health protocols strictly in the fight against COVID-19. Good morning, I'm Sarah Sapsanama and these are the headlines of the hour. Nepal reports 101 deaths and over 4,500 new COVID-19 cases. The ongoing prohibitory order in Kathmandu Valley extended until 14th of June. The country's Chure region and fertile lands in the Tarai under threat of government plans to reduce trade deficits by exporting construction materials. Israeli opposition parties reach an agreement to form a new government that would end Benjamin Netanyahu's 12-year tenure as Prime Minister. And Nepal to face Chinese Taipei today under the World Cup qualifiers. Head coach Abdullah Al-Mutairi says Kuwait's hot weather will be a major challenge for both the teams. The country continues to reel under COVID-19 crisis as 4,524 individuals tested positive for COVID-19, while 101 individuals succumbed to the infection in the past 24 hours. The latest deaths have taken the COVID-19 casualty tally to 7,555. Meanwhile, 7,219 patients registered full recovery, taking the recovery tally to 461,563. The recovery rate now stands at 80.8%. The Health Ministry has said 13,805 tests through PCR method were conducted yesterday. There are 101,993 active cases in the country at the moment, out of which 95,131 are in home isolation, while 6,862 are in various isolation centers. The Health Ministry has also informed that Kathmandu Valley reported 1,456 new cases. As of the latest update, 837 individuals are in various quarantine centers, while 1,446 are in intensive care units, 305 are on ventilator support. The ongoing prohibitory order in Kathmandu Valley has been extended until 14th of this month, with some ease to the restrictions. A meeting of all three chief district officers of the valley decided to extend the prohibitory order, considering the persisting threat of coronavirus. Vegetable sellers, fruit shops, groceries and departmental stores will be allowed to operate till 9 a.m. from Friday. Likewise, stationers will also be allowed to open till 9 a.m. in consideration of the new academic calendar. Chief District Officer of Lalitpur, Dhundi Prasad Nirola, informed the local levels had considered the plight of the general public under strict prohibitions and decided to ease the restrictions given gradual decrease in COVID-19 cases. Likewise, the meeting has also decided to allow the transportation of construction materials at night time to ease construction works that have been largely affected by the ongoing prohibitory orders. Public vehicles have still been barred to ply on the streets. Moving on, the Election Commission has called on both the chairman of Janata Samajwadi Party to submit details of party registration in accordance with the Political Party Registration Act. Janata Samajwadi Party Chairman duo Mahanta Thakur and Upendra Yadav are required to submit a copy of the decision signed by them in accordance with the format of Schedule 18 of the Political Party Registration Act. Both the chairman had sent a letter to the Election Commission after each expelled the other from the party. The Commission has also asked Chairman Thakur to submit a copy of the decision made by the Central Committee. Both the chairman had informed the Election Commission of the party's decision as per Article 51 of the Political Party Registration Act. Article 43 of the Political Party Registration Act states that in case of dispute within a party, the Election Commission will decide on the stamp, party statute, flag and symbol based on the decisions made by meetings of the office bearers or the Central Committee. The meeting of the party's executive committee held on Tuesday at the party office in Balkumari decided to expel Chairman Mahanta Thakur, senior leader Rajendra Mahato, Sarvendra Nath Shukla and Lakshman Lal Karna from the party membership. This was followed by the Thakur Mahato faction expelling Chairman Upendra Yadav from the party. The Thakur Mahato faction is in favor of supporting the incumbent government, while the Bhattarai Yadav faction is against the caretaker government of Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli. Yadav has a majority in the Executive Committee of Janata Samajwadi Party, while Thakur Mahato faction has majority in the dissolved lower house. The government declared the Chure region as a sensitive region 7 years ago. However, exploitation of resources in the area have continued unabated and at the hands of people's representatives and themselves. Now, with the government's announcement of a new budget for the upcoming fiscal year that intends to raise export of stones, concrete and sand, conservationists warn the Chure region will be further exploited.
Former President Dr. Ram Baran Yadav had expressed concern in March earlier this year over the shortage of water and foodstuff due to the destruction of the Chure, saying that province too would become a desert after 50 years. Just 3 months after the former president's remark, the central government announced a policy to export stones, concrete and sand to India to reduce trade deficit. The government announced to extract construction materials in the area to export them to India despite mounting pressure from various quarters to restrict such activities. Along with the illegal settlement in the Chure area, deforestation, grazing and extraction of construction materials have dried water sources and decreased the level of underground water. During the rainy season, there are chances of fertile lands in Province 2 turning into swamplands due to the flow of sand in rivulets, while there are risks of floods, landslides and erosion at many human settlements of the area. The export of stones, concrete and sand was restricted some 12 years ago with the initiative of the then local development minister, Ramchandra Jha. However, with the resumption of exports of such construction materials, experts have pointed out that there is high chance of desertification within a few years from now. The government had stepped up initiatives for the conservation of the Chure area 10 years ago after the people in the Tarai were directly affected by the destruction in the area. Since then, activities like plantation, land conservation have been carried out to make the area green. However, if the government gives priority to extract construction materials aiming to export them to India, experts have warned that it would invite threat to wildlife and cause environmental destruction, turning fertile land of the area into desert.
In our Public Voice segment, we've asked public in Solukhumbu district what they think of the trend of most political party leaders not being able to end political disputes by themselves and always seeking for court's help instead. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
आफूलाई स्वार्थ पूरा गर्ने हिसाबले राजनीतिक अलि देशको अवस्थालाई नबुझेर आफ्नो स्वार्थलाई मात्र पूरा गर्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ राजनीतिक दलहरू लागिरहेको अहिले पाएका छौं।
नेपालको राजनैतिक दलहरुमा चाहिँ पार्टीगत अनुशासन, आत्मअनुशासन र एउटा नेता र नेतृत्वमा हुनुपर्ने अनुशासन नभएको जस्तो हामी देख्छौं र त्यसको प्रतिबिम्ब चाहिँ कार्यपालिका र व्यवस्थापिकामा चाहिँ परिराखेको छ।
बार-बार संसद भंग गरेर एकतान्त्रिक शासन चलाउने कोसिस गरेको देखिन्छ। त्यसैले गर्दा पार्टीको बाध्यता हो र चाहिँ एउटै मात्रै संस्था छ जुन नेपालमा चाहिँ अदालतले त्यो ठीक ट्र्याकमा ल्याउनको लागि पनि जानुपर्ने आवश्यकता देखिन्छ।
उहाँहरु आफ्नो पार्टीको सिद्धान्तमा नहिन्ने, त्यो भइसकेपछि उहाँहरु अरूको आडमा चाहिँ चल्ने, अब अरू देशहरुको निगरानीमा चाहिँ उहाँहरु चल्ने भएपछि आफ्नो सिद्धान्तमै नहिडेपछि त एक आपसमा द्वन्द्व हुने भयो, मुठभेड हुने भयो हैन। त्यहाँ कुरा नमिलेपछि त जाने समानिने अदालतमै त हो नि।
कुर्सीको लागि, कुर्सीको मोहमा र लोभ लालचमा फसेर उनीहरु एक आपसमा द्वन्द्व गरेर, एक आपसमा विवादमा फसिएर उहाँहरु जस्तो जिम्मेवारी व्यक्तिहरु चाहिँ आज द्वन्द्वको कारणले चाहिँ अदालतको ढोका ढकढकाउन पुगिरहँदाखेरि यो असाध्यै लज्जास्पद र लाजमर्दो कुरा हो भन्ने महसुस हामीले गरेका छौं।
स्वार्थमा लागे, सरकारको नेतृत्वमा बढी लागे, त्यहाँ मिलेन कुरा, नमिलिसकेपछि अब विकल्प त अदालत नै हो। त्यसो हुनाले वैकल्पिक रूपमा मात्रै यिनीहरु अदालत गएका हुन्।
Time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. The question is, what's your take on the government policy to reduce trade deficit by exporting stones, concrete and sand? Your options are A, utilization of resources, B, path to destruction, and C, influence by traders. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Time now for the sports update. Nepal will clash against Chinese Taipei in Kuwait in the FIFA World Cup qualifiers later today. Speaking during the pre-match conference, head coach of Team Nepal, Abdullah Al-Mutairi, stated that playing in Kuwait's hot weather will be a challenge to both the teams. The match is scheduled to kick off at 9:45 p.m. Nepal time. Head coach Al-Mutairi said Nepal will aim to win today's match against Chinese Taipei and keep hopes alive of qualifying for Asia Cup by securing the 4th spot. However, the hot weather condition of over 45 degrees Celsius will be challenging for both the teams. Although the Nepalese team had a short period of time for preparations and did not have that many friendly matches to play prior to the World Cup qualifiers, head coach Al-Mutairi said he expects the team to perform well as it consists of many youth players. Nepal had defeated Chinese Taipei 2-0 at its home ground in the first day's match. Both the goals in the match were scored by Anjan Bista. Nepal has already missed the opportunity to reach the 3rd round of World Cup qualifiers, however has a golden opportunity of qualifying for the 3rd round of the Asia Cup qualifiers by winning the remaining matches. Nepal is in the 4th spot in Group B with 3 points, registering 1 win and 4 losses, while Chinese Taipei is at the bottom of the group with no points from 5 matches played so far. Today's match between Nepal and Chinese Taipei will be broadcast live by Kantipur television. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.